Hello and welcome to All Shall Be Well. I am your host, Megan Rohr, and this is a podcast that is helping people be their best and do their best and try a little bit at a time as works in progress, sharing stories of people who are making it through. Many of these are diverse stories, and oftentimes they're stories about how people are seeking wellness or a better space in life with the hopes that it will encourage you wherever you are in your journey to take better steps in your life. Today's conversation is with Reverend Charbel, who is a immigrant from Lebanon living in the United States, caring for other people who are immigrants and refugees, and particularly caring for people who are Afghan refugees and people who are Arabic-speaking Christians. This, I hope, is a community that you don't know much about and you are learning about as a way of expanding and learning about cultures that might stretch you to imagine the world in a much deeper and broader way. My sense of Charbel is that he is someone who is playful and fun and curious about the world, but also who has a depth of wisdom from having cared for people in various countries, being a person who speaks multiple languages and who just has a heart that is oriented towards caring for people and helping them be their best and to live through things that are hard.
So I'm Charbel, Zgheib. I'm from Lebanon. I'm 40 years old and I'm preparing myself for the ministry in Sacramento, a new mission with the Afghani, Arab, and Middle Eastern population.
Yeah.
I first worked in the prisons for almost like 10 years or 9 years. And after that, I worked with many national, international NGOs and UN agencies, and on many fields. I work with the gender-based violence, interfaith dialogue. I work with the engaging men and ending violence against women. I work in engaging religious leaders to work to child rights. I work with the religious leaders also on the topic of engaging them to work with people having HIV positive and the key population of people having HIV positive. And what else? I had also a radio program, radio show and TV show on a channel in Lebanon, on a spiritual channel in Lebanon.
Can you speak a little more about this new development work that you're beginning to be up to?
Now we are exploring the field. So now we are visiting the area in Sacramento, Carmichael, and other areas just to identify the location of the community and the best location that we can implement this mission. Yes, and most of people think that the Arab and Middle Eastern community are mostly Muslims, and this is a wrong assumption because you have this very huge community in the Arab world that they are Christians, and it's a very diverse world, the Arab and Middle Eastern area. So basically, you have many cultures, many communities coming from Syria, Jordan, Palestine, Lebanon, Iraq. So it's really diverse. It's really different from a country to another. And you have many, let me say, sects of Christians. So you have Catholic, you have Orthodox, you have Protestant, you have from many diverse Christian there. Now we're more exploring how we're going to help also the Afghani people because as the Afghan situation now is very horrible, and we are expecting here in Sacramento like 190,000 Afghani immigrants and refugees coming to the area of Sacramento. So basically, we are just preparing the ground, talking with partners, with national and international organizations working on the field, and just bringing all the actors together just to be aware and to know how to welcome and how to protect. So basically, as church, we're not a specialized agency in protection, but basically we can welcome people. So we have three main, let me say, axes to work on. The first one, the food the distribution. The second one, the legal awareness. And the third one, the GBV awareness, or gender-based violence awareness. And specifically, we're going to tackle the topic of violence within the family violence. It's a three axes. So basically, we give food, we give awareness on legal and violence, and we're going to be a referral agency. So the first of all, we're going to have a service mapping for all the agents that they are working on the legal part. When we talk about legal, we talk about the papers, we talk about the status of the persons in the United States, and after that, we can refer them to a specialized agents that works on this issue. And when we talk about the violence, also we can identify and refer persons to specialized services in the area. So the first 40 years of my life, I had many struggles. I had many things to do in life. I built a very good career. I had a very good job in Lebanon, and I had a very good family, like, very well connected to my friends, to my siblings, to everything. And but for me, I didn't feel that I'm really fulfilled. I wanted to fulfill my dream in life, to become a servant of God and to serve the church. So I don't have much to say. It's my turn now to listen and to learn. And after that, maybe I will have to discuss or to say a lot of things. But first of all, we need to listen. In this world, whatever is going with politics, with policies in the world, we need now to just listen, because all of the powerful entities in the world just want to say what they just want to dictate, just want to guide. I know how it feels for someone to quit and his own land and to come with nothing, because I have experienced also that within Lebanon. So with the war, with the civil war in Lebanon, so we experienced how to move and to move without having anything. Yeah, it's hard. And when you deal with these issues and you had before the experience, I guess it's better to support the refugees if you were one day a refugee. So you can really understand the feeling, really understand what they are going through from within, inside and outside. Yes, we will have a lot to do, and we are already.
Yeah, you're in the midst of doing the work, and there's lots of work to come for sure. I wonder, for those who maybe haven't had an opportunity to speak with Christians from the Middle East before, or particularly someone from Lebanon before, what are some of the wonderful things about your home country that you would like to share with people who might be hearing about it firsthand for one of the first times?
I want to say that Lebanon is a very good country, a very beautiful country. I want to say that now we are going through a very hard time in Lebanon, but I'm sure that God is with us in Lebanon, and we will go through that and will be a very good country. I would tell them that we have a very good astronomy and very good food, and we have also many spiritual places to visit and to see, and they are very beautiful, very wild nature also. And I invite you all, if you want to come to Lebanon, we can arrange like a trip, and I will be your guide.
Yeah, I'll take
But
you up on
before
that.
we can cook here,
Yeah, It's-
we can cook some Lebanese food here.
yeah. And you said you're a baker, right?
Yeah, I can bake and I can cook. I can do both.
What are some of the foods that you like to cook?
Arabic food,
Mhm.
tabbouleh.
Yeah.
Okay. Tabbouleh can have hummus,
Mhm.
can have baba ganoush.
Yes.
So yeah, we can have kibbeh. Yeah,
All right. I'm in. You always have new with the yummy foods, especially Middle Eastern.
yeah, fattoush also is good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My sister speaks Arabic, and her family speaks Arabic. They're Muslim, but the prayer language that they use in Arabic is so poetic and beautiful. I don't know much about what it is like. I assume because the Arabic language is so poetic that probably all the types of prayers that are done are poetic and beautiful. Are there particular like Christian prayers in Arabic that speak to your heart or that are at least some words we can that you might be willing to say out loud for the first time so that our ears can start learning some of the languages of prayer that speak to your heart?
Okay. So
Yeah.
just to avoid confusion, so we have many accents. We have the spoken accent and we have the written Arabic. So the written Arabic is the official one to write, but you have many accents in each country, and in each region you have a different accent and how to speak the Arabic one. I will say a small prayer in Arabic. Okay. Yeah, it says, تعال يا روح الله واملأ قلوبنا العطش. تعال يا روح الله وقد أنفسنا العطش. تعال يا روح الله واغمر نفوسنا الكئيبة. تعال يا روح الله وكن معنا روح الحكمة والمحبة والمعرفة. تعال يا روح الله وانصرنا في كل ما نحن به. So this was a little prayer. It talks about the spirit and the spirit of God, so to lift us and to bring joy and to be with us and to guide us.
It definitely sounds beautiful in Arabic. I love the rhythms of it. It's repetitive in the beginning and then in the
Yeah.
end again. Yes. It's beautiful.
It's a common trend. It's a global common trend everywhere within the refugees and the hosting community to have discrimination, because fear, the refugees themselves are afraid from the host community, and the host community is afraid from the refugees. It's a mutual fear. And I guess we need as a church to address both of them, because we need to be with the host community and to address their fears, and also with the refugees that are vulnerable. But the level of vulnerability is different within the host and the refugees. So I guess what we call the social cohesion between the different parties within the community will be a major thing that we need to work on.
thank you for listening to today's conversation. I hope that it inspires you to expand the world that you know exists, to learn more about communities and cultures that are beyond your day-to-day experience, to maybe pitch in and provide support to those who are immigrants and refugees in neighborhoods around you or around the world, particularly as we learn of more wars, civil wars, and wars between different nations, that you will be inspired to help in the ways that are possible for you and to think about those who might be displaced during these conflicts. Whether you give deep or you are too overwhelmed by what's going on to help in that kind of way, know that all will be well, and I will be rooting for you. And each week, in fact, each Tuesday, about 7 a.m. ish Pacific Standard Time, we'll post out a new episode of this podcast. A big, big thank you to everyone who is providing support through Patreon, and an even bigger thank you to everyone who has liked and followed and signed up for regular downloads. Thanks to you, we are the number 3 mental health podcast on Podomatic. And with your continued support, we can continue to share diverse conversations with more people. Stay tuned next week for a brand new conversation with someone really interesting. Take care.